In 1948, a chilling distress signal was intercepted by ships travelling through the busy waters of the Strait of Malacca. The message was fragmented, desperate, and deeply unsettling. All officers, including captain, dead, lying in chartroom and bridge. Then the transmission returned one final time. I die. And then silence. Welcome back to Echoes of the Vanished, the channel exploring obscure historical mysteries and unsettling events lost to time. Today we're examining one of the most disturbing maritime mysteries ever reported. The strange transmission was reportedly picked up by several ships navigating the busy trade routes between Indonesia and Malaysia. Radio operators began receiving fragments of a distress signal. The voice sounded weak, strained, almost panicked. The operator described a horrifying situation unfolding aboard the vessel. All officers, including captain, dead, lying in chartroom and bridge. The transmission cut out briefly before returning again. Possibly whole crew dead. Other ships in the region attempted to respond to the signal, but no reply came. Moments later, the message returned one final time. I die. After that, the radio fell completely silent. No further transmissions were ever received from the ship. Concerned vessels began heading toward the last known position of the mysterious distress call. Eventually, a nearby vessel located the drifting cargo ship believed to have sent the message. The ship sat motionless on the open sea. Its name, Ourang Medan. A boarding party cautiously climbed aboard to investigate. At first, the vessel appeared eerily quiet. But as rescuers began searching the ship, they quickly realized something was terribly wrong. Bodies lay scattered across the deck, inside cabins and within the chart room. The entire crew appeared to be dead. But the most disturbing detail wasn't simply the deaths themselves. It was the expressions on their faces. Many of the crew members were discovered lying on their backs, staring upward. Their eyes were wide open, their mouths frozen in expressions of fear. Several appeared to be pointing toward the sky. There were no visible injuries, no signs of violence, no evidence of struggle. It was as if something had terrified the crew in their final moments and then killed them instantly. The rescuers decided the ship should be towed back to port for investigation. But before the tow could even begin, something unexpected happened. Smoke began rising from the lower decks. Realizing the situation was becoming dangerous, the boarding crew hurried back to their vessel. Moments later, the Ourang Medan erupted in a violent explosion. Flames tore through the cargo ship. Within minutes, the vessel sank beneath the ocean. Any evidence of what truly happened on board disappeared forever. With the ship ultimately destroyed and the crew dead, investigators were left with only theories. One explanation suggests the ship may have been carrying dangerous chemical cargo. If toxic gases had leaked into the air, they could have suffocated the crew, in turn leaving them with terrified expressions as they struggled to breathe. Some researchers believe the ship may have been illegally transporting hazardous materials in the years following the Second World War. Substances such as potassium cyanide or nitroglycerin could have produced deadly fumes and later triggered the explosion that destroyed the vessel. Another theory involves methane gas rising from the ocean floor. Large methane releases can displace oxygen and suffocate anything caught within the gas cloud. But without the wreckage of the ship, investigators had no physical evidence. Only fragments of testimony and a distress signal that ended with two haunting words: "I die." Perhaps the most unsettling part of the story is that no confirmed record of the SS Ourang Medan has ever been found. No shipping company registrations, no maritime documentation. The earliest reports of the incident appeared years later in newspaper articles and magazine publications. This has led some historians to question whether the story was exaggerated, misunderstood, or even completely fabricated. But if the incident never happened, where did the distress signal actually come from? And why do the reports describe the same chilling details? History doesn't always leave answers. Sometimes it leaves silence. This is Echoes of the Vanished, and the silence still speaks. If you're drawn to the mysteries history leaves behind, consider subscribing and join us as we uncover more stories lost to time.